Welcome to my channel, Danette Gets Creative. This is Danette. I want to start this little video by showing you this. This is something my mom made, I don't even know, a long time ago. One of those patterns that you buy at the fabric store where all the parts are there, you cut it out and you sew it all together. So this has been sitting in my mom's room for many years, has its own little spot, and that's where it sits. So when you buy these, they come with all the pieces. If you've never seen them before, obviously, but if you have, they come with all the pieces, and they come with a written direction on the side. Plus they come with a picture of what it should look like. So let me show you the next step that's prompted my project. I found the actual picture, the piece that they put beside the directions. So what I did was I grabbed an old, I don't even know what this is, some old material, and I laid down some collage, some fabric collage on both sides. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into a bag. I have it cut with the corners and there's another piece down there. So in the end, I'm going to turn it into like a tote. But what I want to do now is I want to get this stitched down. So like I said, I originally put down, let me just take this pin out, all of these collaged pieces. Let me just put that back in there. And then I put the same on this side. I did all the collage. What I want to do now is I want to do some needle turning. So when I cut it out, I left a little bit of white around it. And now what I want to do is I want to just sit here and do a little needle turning. And I don't know how many of you do needle turning yourself or if you know how to do needle turning, but my plan is just to kind of show you how I do it. I don't know if I'm right, wrong, or not, but let me just go drop you down here a little bit, making you a little blurry, but there we go. Drop you down slightly. There we go. Sorry for that bit of blur, but there we go, back to not blur. So what I want to do is I just want to do some needle turning with you. You hear my chair pushing in, sorry about that. For those who don't know how to do it, for those who do know how to do it, whatever, we're just going to do it. And is my process right or wrong? Who knows? At the end of the day, all you're trying to do is just get the white tucked underneath so that you have a finished edge, not the raw edge. So because this is kind of rounded, I'm giving it some little snips so that I can tuck the pieces under in a smaller section than trying to tuck the whole thing under in a big section when it's round, because it's going to make the ear miss some pieces. So for me, I just did little nips into it so I can make it easier. So let me thread a needle here and let me show you how I do needle turning. Again, right, wrong, I don't know, but it's the way I have success with it. And it's the world of slow stitch. Is there really a right or a wrong? Nah. It's have fun doing what you're doing and enjoy the product you make at the end. Okay, so let me just flip this a little bit. Is that really the spot I want to start? It's kind of awkward for me. Maybe I want to start down here. Let's rethink this. Let's start at the bottom. I don't know. Let's start at her feet-ish here. So let me do a couple more snips and clips here again. Oops. Okay. I'm going to start right here, and I'm just going to fold it under as close as I can to the black line that exists there. And then I'm just going to do some little whip stitches. I'm going to start from underneath so I don't see my knot. This is kind of awkward to do while you're on camera, but you'll get the drift of it here. So then I just want to do little whip stitches. Normally you'd pull it up and have it in your lap and you'd have a way more comfortable approach to it, but for the sake of a few moments here, it's gonna look a little awkward. So what are y'all working on? I think I ask that every time. I wish we could have a way of communicating with each other. But it is what it is, right? So I just folded that next little section down, and I'm just going to keep whip stitching all the way around. So once I have it all secured, my thought is that I'm going to go in with some embroidery thread, and I'm going to what does Corinne call it? Painting. I'm going to go in and do maybe some French knots on the sheep, and maybe do some little flowers here and there, maybe some little leaves here and there, just things to add some more texture and just add some interest instead of it just being the flat piece of fabric. I'll go in and I'll embellish it. So that's my thought. So what I'll do is I will do a little bit of this needle turn with you, and then I'll go away and finish doing that, and then when I'm going to do the embroidery, I'll come back and turn the camera on, and I'll just show you how I'm doing some of the embroidery. No idea what I'm going to do on the back of this bag. Haven't really thought that far ahead yet as far as how I can decorate it or what I can decorate it with. So if you have any thoughts on what I could do, because the back is just plain like this, if you have any thoughts on what I could do on the back that would kind of bring it all together, leave me a comment about it. I will line the bag, and I will add, oh, I don't like that. I need to tuck that under a little more. I will line the bag, and I will make handles for the bag, and I think I'm going to use this material because I think it just matches really well, and there's a lot of it in my mom's stash, so it would be a good thing to line it and to make straps out of it. But I'm trying to figure out what to do on the back. Do I just do collaging and stitch it down, or do I try something different, some sort of different technique? I've been watching some YouTube videos and seeing some of you lovely ladies out there doing some hexies, some paper piecing. What is it, English paper piecing? I don't know. Of some hexies, so I thought maybe that would be something fun on the back. Use these colors that I have here instead of just laying down just, you know, random pieces of fabric. Maybe I turn them into hexies, and maybe I make a pattern on the back that shows the use of hexies. I don't know. Just thinking out loud, trying to come up with an idea of what to do. If I did the hexies, because I'm kind of leaning towards that, if I did the hexies, I could also incorporate some of the embroidery into it as well. Some of the embroidery ideas I plan on doing on the front here, on the little sheep, I could maybe carry forth on the back. I don't know. I guess that problem's for another day. But yeah, if you have any thoughts and ideas on what I could do to decorate the back, leave me a comment. This thread is not cooperating today either. It's getting all knotted up, so. Anyway, you can see what I'm doing here. Let me just do a couple more stitches here, and then I'll show you. So you can see how I whip stitched it all down, and I got rid of that white edge. So my plan is to continue to do that all the way around. And then by embellishing the sheep with some embroidery here and there, it'll hold down the rest of the sheep throughout the body. So right now, obviously, I'm holding down the edges, but then when I add some decorative stuff to the rest of the body, it'll hold it and secure it into place even better than just this edge. So again, like I said, I don't know if this is right, wrong, or whatever, but this is the way I am gonna lock this into place. Of course, there you go, got a little knot, easy peasy, got rid of that one nice and easy. They're not always that easy. Oops, this edge is kind of small there, so tuck it under there. So there you go. This is what I'm going to continue to do around the edges. When I come back, I will turn the camera on and we'll do a little embroidery on the sheep herself. And then if you guys have any ideas on how I can decorate the plain back, which looks just like this color, let me know. Like I said, I think I'm leaning a little bit towards the hexy idea because I've never really done that. So it would be a fun thing to try. But again, I don't know. This part I think in here, so maybe let me leave the camera on for a second. This part in here is definitely going to be tricky because it's just a narrow little section. So do I cut up or do I just do around? All right, well, you're with me. Here we go. I'm going to cut up. And if it doesn't go well, then I won't do this on the other arm. Let's see. I think it's going to be okay, right? It's just a small piece to turn under. A little bit finicky. I think that will work. As long as oh goodness, as long as I get it stitched down securely, I think it'll be fine, and then I'll turn that piece up. You'll know if it was successful or not because the two arms will either look alike or they won't. They'll be white on the other side. So, oh gosh, let me zip this along here. I'm sure there's a way of, doing smaller stitches and not seeing your stitches, but I think part of slow stitching and the projects that we're making is to see our stitches, to make them unique and to show the process. So I'm not trying to hide my whip stitches at all. I'm just locking it down. Okay. There it is. I think that was successful. I think I probably would have not wanted to see that big white space, so I think this is the right way to do it. Okay, let me just turn this a little bit. And then I'll do some little snips as I get to the rounder part, but there's, oh yeah, I'm glad I did it that way. Much prefer that than the white, the full section of white. There's gonna be a little bit of white showing, but I can live with that little bit of white. Let's get this pin out of there. Make sure there's no wrinkles. There we go. A couple stitches up here in her little armpit. Let's tack this down. And then I'll stop the video and we'll make a part 2 of our little sheep here when I come back to do the embroidery. I can even see like this bow, I could put a real little piece of ribbon there just to embellish that, I could do button eyes. There's lots of little things I can do to just add that extra little bit of detail. So yeah, that's how I finger turn, needle turn, hand stitch. I don't know. This is how I do it. So hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. I hope you guys are having fun doing your own projects. It's a de-stressor for me, and I got lots of stuff going on right now. Like if you've been watching, I've been in Halifax, my hometown, because my dad's been having some challenges. So for me, this is a de-stressor. Stitching, creating projects, kind of just gets me out of my head and gives me a little time to decompress. So I appreciate coming back to watch with me, and I appreciate the comments that people make, so thank you for that. Brightens my day. So thanks guys for watching. Come back again if you're interested when I do the embroidery part. And like I said, if you have any ideas on what I can do on the back, give me some suggestions in that comment spot. Appreciate you all. Take care. Bye.